Enough said, and cheers to that. Now let's welcome our first guest. Our guest today is the president and CEO of the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida. She is a well-known business professional and attorney. Y'all make some noise for the one and only Miss Tanisha Gary. To the show.
Thank you, Sisaundra. I'm so excited to be here.
I am excited and honored to have you here. Y'all, when we talk about Black excellence, y'all just tune in. Don't you stop. Don't miss a thing. I want to talk to you about this huge debate because as Black women, no matter how hard you work sometimes, it still gets looked over. Now, I just spoke on First Lady Jill Biden, the LSU versus Iowa thing that's going on. Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. Can you talk to us about classless versus praise?
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. First of all, I just really feel so proud of Angel because so many times, you know, we have been in situations where we're being overlooked or mistreated, but we silence ourselves. And the young girls these days talk about Black girl magic. She said, no, that is a joke. So, you know, I applaud her for saying, no, it has never been that the runner-up has also been invited. And if you want us there, then it's us.
Correct.
We earned this, we won this, and we should be the ones invited solo to the White House.
Now, all I can do is say amen to that.
Amen.
I agree with you. So listen, let's talk about you. What inspired you to advocate for business development and economic empowerment? And how did you get involved with the African American Chamber of Commerce in Central Florida?
Oh, great question. So prior to joining the chamber, I practiced law for 18 years.
Wow.
And loved it. You know, it's just advocacy in a different way. So when I was looking to transition, as we as women and as professionals often do, it's time to do something else. I was introduced to the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida. So I applied for the position and it has been wonderful. And I love that I'm able to use my advocacy skills, but just in a different way.
Yes, in a very strong way. So what challenges do you face as president and the CEO of the African American Chamber of Commerce in enhancing opportunities and engaging partners?
Right. So one of the things that I noticed early on is our chamber has been in Central Florida since 1945.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I remember being on another show one time and someone recognized and said, but you were the founder, right? And I said, the founder? 1945. I told you it was so. No, wait, but still, although we've been here in the community since 1945, there were quite a bit of people that didn't know we existed.
Right.
And so we are the go-to for Black-owned businesses here in Central Florida. And so one of the first challenges was to make sure that all the Black businesses, as well as those who have supplier diversity contracts here in the area in which we serve, that they knew about us and that they, more importantly, know about our members. Everything we do here at the Chamber is for the members.
That's awesome. And you've been the president for how many years now?
5 years.
For 5 years.
Yes.
And within that 5-year time frame, have you seen that change that you want to see? As far as people starting to understand that this is the go-to place for African American businesses? Absolutely.
We've grown tremendously. And, you know, I must say that my predecessor set a great foundation. And then my team, it's a teamwork. I have an amazing board, an amazing team. Leah, who's in the audience today, Leah Freeman. And the whole team, Andrea Small, Dominique Clark, and Joan Cleveland. They're all amazing. We're a small but mighty team, but we have seen membership more than double.
Wow, that's amazing.
More than doubled membership, as well as our programs, our signature event, the Eagle Awards.
The Eagle Awards, that's
coming up May 20th. Get your tickets if you haven't already. Sponsorships available. But yes, we have seen the growth in the chamber, as well as just our members, you know, really saying that we like what you're doing, we like the programming that you're offering. And that right there, I believe, is the greatest compliment.
Yes, absolutely. It really is. It really is. So would you tell us about the largest wrongful death verdict you landed in North Carolina, and what lessons did you learn? So we're going back into your law days,
okay,
right?
so we're switching from chamber back to practice
yeah,
law.
we're moving from the chamber to go
absolutely.
back to your practicing law, and then we'll understand how it's going to help.
Absolutely. So the kind of law that I practice, all plaintiffs work, wrongful death, serious personal injury, medical malpractice. And so this was a wrongful death case in the state of North Carolina. Although the office I worked for was based here in Florida, we had a lot of cases outside of the state. And these cases, you know, you would work for years. So we get to the trial in North Carolina, and I was second chair. So the senior partner was first chair, and I did, you know, witnesses throughout the trial and assisted him. However, when it was time for closing arguments, you know, we were up all night preparing, and the senior partner always delivers the closing argument. That's when you close it all out.
Yes.
It's a 2-week trial. You make the final ask to the jury. So that's really, this is like live or die. This is when it all happens, right? And so we're in the courtroom that morning, and to be quite honest, all I'm thinking about is I think it was 2 days before my son's birthday. I got to get back home because mom has to throw a birthday party. So like, we need this jury to deliberate. I pray that it goes, you know, it doesn't go past his birthday because I've got to get back to Florida. So we're in the courtroom that morning, and I'm actually about to run out to the ladies' room, and I'm thinking, all I'm going to have to do is assist. You need a document? Here you go, sir. You need me to hold up an exhibit? Here you go. And then he says to me, you know, I was just talking with some members of the team. The jury has really responded well to you. We think you should do the closing argument. And I said, I be darned.
Leadership stand
You couldn't have told me that last night. But what do we as women do? We stay ready, so we don't have to get ready.
Exactly.
So stay ready, right?
Yes.
And so immediately I went on to the ladies' room, went in the stall and said a prayer, came back and delivered the closing argument with all that I had. And to this day, that verdict stands as the largest wrongful death verdict in the state of North Carolina.
That gives me
super
chills.
proud of that.
You should be.
Thank you.
So proud of it. And we're proud of it as well. And we just want to say that's a testament to your leadership and everything you're doing, everything you've moved on to. And also with the African American Chamber of Commerce, with everything that you do, I think that was a strong foundation for you to move from where you were to where you are today. That you can just show up and be ready right in the moment. Miss Gary is ready. So what advice would you give young women that are interested in law and business in underrepresented communities? What kind of advice would you give them?
Right. Well, you know, I'm from a very small town in South Georgia. Most people have not heard
What's the
of
name
it,
of
and
it?
you probably haven't either. Blackshear?
I have not.
Yes, I was about to say.
I thought you were going to say Vidalia.
Okay, it's not far from Vidalia. Have you heard of Waycross?
Yes.
Okay, it's 9 miles from Waycross. So if you've heard of Waycross, you know it's rural, agricultural, not a lot of opportunities, but a close-knit community.
Yes.
And I wouldn't change it for anything that I grew up there. I believe who I am and what I am is because of my upbringing and the community that I had to support me. But I had a teacher who encouraged me to be an attorney. So I think it starts when you're young. It's important to have and build that village. So as we're raising our sons and daughters, but we're talking about daughters, let them know you can be anything, whatever you want to be, even if it's typically a male-dominated profession. You can do it. And I had that. I think it's important to develop those skills at a young age, though.
Yes.
You know, work on your craft from a young age. So I always say I learned public speaking right there in the Baptist church, where you had to give Easter speeches, you had to welcome everyone, you had to play junior usher, all of those things. And it really does help propel you, I think, for your future. And of course, being involved early on in high school, being part of student council, student government, all of those things, I think, prepare you as you decide what you want to do. And those are skills you can use regardless of what road that you take. Absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Well, that's some very powerful advice from a powerful woman. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Ms. Tanisha Gary. Thank you. and welcome back to the Sisaundra Show. Y'all, this is absolutely one of my favorite segments, as you know. It is the no filter segment, and if you know me, you know I ain't got no filter. Hey, joining me here is the lovely Miss Tanisha Gary from the African American Chamber of Commerce, and guess what? She ain't got no filter either. Hello, it's so good to have you here with me.
Thank you so much. Sisaundra. Happy to be here.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to get started, and the first question is going to be there. All right, the question is, how can I tell, Dottie wants to know, how can I tell if my partner is really committed to our relationship or if they're just going through the motions? How can you tell?
Ooh, that's a great one, Dottie. Great question. Well, you know what I think of, first of all, is, actions speak a whole lot louder than words.
True.
So, Dottie, look at his or her actions. How are they showing up for you? Don't just go by what they say they're going to do, but how are they really showing up for you? So look at those actions, Dottie.
That's right, because people can say anything, right?
Say anything.
It's so true.
Absolutely.
So the next question is from Tanya. Tanya wants to know, Tanisha, how can I measure my progress and success when living my purpose? And what are some indicators that I am on the right path?
Ooh, great question.
Right?
Tanya, I love these questions. So you know what, Tanya? Do you wake up happy every day? Do you wake up saying, yes, I'm going to go get it. Yes, this is what I love to do. Yes, this is what I'm passionate about. Do you want to do more, be better every day? Or are you waking up saying, oh, another day. I got to go in here and deal with these folks. I got to go do this. So, you've got to wake up with the right spirit. And I think, if you wake up with the right spirit and your heart, just listen to your heart.
Yes.
If your heart is like, this is what I love to do, and make sure you're making a difference. I know that is one thing I've always looked at in my personal and professional life is, am I making a difference? Whether I was practicing law or here with the chamber, am I helping the members? Am I helping my clients?
Yes.
Then you are on track with your purpose and your destiny.
Tanisha, when I tell you those are two perfect answers, back to back.
All right.
Back to back.
Back
to back. Yes. All right. So the next question is from Anvita. She wants to know, or she's saying, my partner and I have very different schedules and often struggle to make time for each other. How can we prioritize our relationship and make sure we're spending enough quality time together?
Oh, that's so important. First of all, I love that name, Aventa.
Yes, isn't that beautiful?
That's a beautiful name. We love the name.
Yes.
But you know what, Aventa, you make time for what's important to you. So, and it's not incumbent upon one person to always plan the dates and plan the time. But we lived in a society now where we're all so busy.
Yes.
You do have to literally schedule time for yourself, your family, and your partner. So you know what I say, Aventa, get the calendars out and block the time, whether it's, every Friday night, whether it's, one long weekend a month, but you have to almost schedule it.
It is
because
true.
we're that busy
Everyone
now.
is that busy.
Right.
And don't be offended that you have to schedule time with the person that you love. If they're willing to make that commitment, that means that they love you too.
Absolutely.
But
be consistent with it.
Yes.
Don't cancel because this is our time. We wouldn't cancel on a business appointment.
Exactly.
So you've got to keep those commitments.
Now that key word is consistent. And that's our company's word for the year.
Oh, I
is
love
consistent.
it.
So ding,
Great
ding, ding, ding,
word.
ding. Yes.
Yes.
He needs to be consistent.
Absolutely.
He, she, we.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So this next question is from Sabrina.
Okay.
All right. So Ms. Gary, she wants to know, what are some strategies for staying motivated and focused when pursuing a purpose-driven life?
Ooh, I love that, Sabrina. So, I'm thinking of a quote. Let me make sure I get it right. You can only learn from the past. You learn from your past, and then with your future, you got to plan for it. If you don't plan, you may fail. But here in the present, you just got to live.
Yes.
You have to live. We can get so caught up thinking about the past, worried about the future. Now, you got to plan, but you can't worry. But here in the present, just live.
Yes.
Just live and enjoy. I think that's one thing we all learned during the pandemic.
Yes.
We don't ever know what lies ahead, but you just have to live and enjoy what is here today.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Now y'all see why we love her so much. Listen! With that being said, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. And Miss Gary is still here. Don't y'all go nowhere. Woo! on. If you are at work, at home, y'all drop everything and tune in because it's time for the Sisaundra Show!
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just kidding. Don't y'all get fired. Don't drop everything at work. Listen, speaking of fired, y'all